There's the Chatfish. Welcome to another stream chat. Another day
Hello.
of this video game. Alright. We must leave now to convene with Erosia's leaders, and it may be some time before I return to Doma. Akuro, I leave you in command. My lord. I shall assemble an advance party with all haste and join you in Alamigo forthwith. I've just received word from Lies and the Alliance has established a base camp near Alamigo's northeastern border. Once we've arrived, and the locks were to report to the resistance officer stationed in Porta Pretoria, who will point us in the right direction. Let's not keep them waiting. My God.
You're not extremely screen, by the way.
He is.
Yeah.
You didn't click it.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're blind.
You're stupid, Indio.
Blindio.
Say it.
yes, I am.
Say you're stupid. Say it. Say it loud for everyone to hear. Do it. He's mad now.
Wait, you see, really? It's
Yeah.
not showing for me. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
I see how it is. Give him a second there.
Basilio. Brazilian's gonna Brazil. Ah, you must be the Scion party. I was told to look out for. If you'll follow me, I'll take you directly to the Alliance headquarters.
How did you enable my VPN?
Mm-hmm.
How to go with the membership?
Welcome back, you two. Greetings, Lord here. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be here. I would have come sooner, where our own defense is not in question, but I am pleased to report that our soldiers are assembling for deployment to Alamigo as we speak.
We're grateful for your support. Thanks to the efforts of our allies, it won't be long before we've established defensive positions on this front as well.
We have some good news too. Alphino has come back to us. As for the bad news,
So, Alphino won't wake up. Gaius van Baelsar is alive and hunting ASCIANS, and the Empire is planning to poison us all with toxic gas. Does that sound about right? Ordinarily, any one of those things would have left me in shock. But the way...
Oops.
Getting back to your report, are we
Okay,
sure this
it's just
Black
lies,
Rose
chat.
is the weapon Maxima was talking about?
It fits the description. And it seems we have Alphino to thank for sparing us an early demonstration of its effectiveness. I have a feeling this won't be the last time his bravery in the Empire will serve us here in Eorzea. The threat of an unknown weapon has had us all on edge. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we can take steps to defend against it. As for Gaius, I'm not sure what to think. Am I happy he's alive? Not in the slightest. Am I happy he's hunting ASCIANS? Aye, I'd have to say I am.
Oh, speaking of Garleans you didn't expect to see, we have a tale of our own, as it happens. When we sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks, they returned with the message that Barissos Galvus would be attending.
The Emperor himself. Well, Varus did sanction the Popularis peace mission. But knowing that an ASCIAN walks in his son's skin, I do not see how we can trust him or anyone from that nest of vipers.
The Alliance would proceed with negotiations regardless, if only to give ourselves more time to prepare. We do, however, require your cooperation.
Right. Yes. So, as a condition for the talks to go forward, the Empire has requested that a member of the Scions be present. There'll be a representative from each Alliance nation, of course, but I'm afraid we have to ask that you come along too.
Gods, Lise. You know how much I hate politics. But then, what choice do I have? Alphino and the others aren't going to do it. Very well. I shall attend as the Scion's representative.
In case you're wondering why I didn't ask you, the Empire also requested the presence of Eorzea's champion.
I'll be there.
That's settled then. We don't know what Varus means to bring to the table, or why he wants you there, but having you close at hand will make all the difference.
The meeting will take place on the border. Anticipating an early assault, we mean to position the bulk of our forces nearby.
The Alliance leaders should already be on their way. Once you're ready, we can head out and join them.
We have some donors.
Thank you for your
Alex donated
generous
some
donation.
memberships.
Go ahead.
Killjoy donated 10 memberships. And Polymath donated $50.
Very generous. What did they say?
It is me, liver omega with gold, which are now just powerful here. Kibi must fight your no potato bosses. Only Shibino, sandwich. So activate Killjoy, Paul if you have, and Pondo was saying that you forgot to activate his fish
They're on.
yesterday. And you are a bad streamer.
I turned them all on while you're talking. That's how good I am.
Damn.
Several paid dockies, and I want 6 panels done for that.
And did you, Harlot also sent 4 memberships? Did you mention that?
Did
Thank you very much, Harlot.
Indio,
Yes,
you
those were
fat
instructed already.
fuck, Indio. You shit stain, Indio. Look at him. He's getting sad.
I'm tracking slowly.
Slowly. He's not doing his job fast enough, chat. Donate in smaller increments, faster.
I'm
Like
not
$2,
paying to this faster.
$3.75. You know, fucking pound and a quarter. Pound and a quarter. That'll break him. And thank you for the donation. It's very generous. Next, we must talk to Lies. I see that Chatfish are funding Gravhound. That's true. If Gravhound is completed, that means Chump Hug will be extended. At least, that's what I'm telling myself.
Well, the Men of the Hestria fund got funded.
Well, I don't suppose it's polite to keep an Emperor waiting too long, shall we? Parley with the Emperor. It's been a bubble cultist for 40 months. Thank you for the long-term support, little Grumpster. Kingfisher, little Harlot gives another membership. The Imperial Piggies are here.
esteemed representatives of the Aeosian Alliance. On behalf of the Gallian Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today. As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, should be pleased to oblige you.
Grumpy donates $20. Very generous. He says this and milestone to Beano Unleashed and Cookie. Oh, that's a dangerous hashtag. And thank you for the nation. Very generous. He also admin eye level Omega. But I don't know what that means. But Bunsky does though. Doesn't it write Bunsky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As recent events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy. Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us, but you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue. Doma has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace. As you know only too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated. Divided, you sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader, one purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due respect, Your Radiance, the only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
The citizens of Doma can also attest to the meager arms of Imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
Our people are willing to die for their freedom. A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
Peace. Order. You kill our peoples, despoil our lands, take everything that is ours. And what? You expect us to lick the boot that grinds our faces into the dirt?
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize that countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good, and to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
Your Radiance. I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor. For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons. A 1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate, in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned. Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
So I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise. You speak of peace, yet use war to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words. He understood that strength is all that matters in the end. Without his clarity of vision, I can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people. There was a time when Garlemald too lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north. Were it not for the discovery of Ceruleum and the subsequent development of Magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own. On the shores of Vilbrand we found it, and from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
So saith the pirate. Am I to believe that you simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you? That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateers? I will concede that after centuries of exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
My God, it's the Native American argument.
Your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal. They too lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace, we would welcome them with open arms. Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the Twelve's Wood's bounty. Would that your people might learn from their example.
You dare compare us to the Birdmen? You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation? I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing. Despite what you people may believe, I am not wont to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
Wait! I beg you. This meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here. Please. If you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
As Mistress Alize says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future. Emperor Varys, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
Very well. I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
Don't you love it, Final Fantasy armor kills?
I really like how
Now,
everybody
before-
here was like, we need to negotiate, and they can proceed to just start insulting him. It's like, okay. Okay.
Before you continue, with the risk of being a stick in the mud, I am not willing to do Omega minimum eye level. Last time we talked about like trying to do the other line. I don't remember what they're called now. Minimum eye level maybe, but Omega is a 12 trial raid series.
And there isn't
And
enough
I do not
chatfish. I don't
think I am open to trying to do that minimum eye level, because it's gonna mean like finding people and reading up the strats and directing all that shit. I don't think I have that in me.
Okay. Phew, this is really not my forte. After his radiance, little performance, it was all I could do not to swear at him. I honestly don't know how I ended up playing the mediator. I just asked myself what Alphino would have done, tried my best to do the same, and, by some miracle, it worked. But there really is no common ground to be found with that man, nor do I think he really looked for any. So the question becomes, what did he come here to do, because you may be certain it wasn't to make peace. Whatever it is, I can't make it out. Not yet, at least. We do have a little time before the parley is due to reconvene, though. So why not try to consulting our illustrious leaders? Mayhap they have some insights to share. I will say one thing of this. Varus, he is well versed in Orosian history. But he just merely looked up recent events, you goob. His interest in our affairs is that of a beast and its prey. The conqueror would know his enemies. All should know their enemies, yet there is much and more we do not know of the Empire. I'm sure Varus would be happy to tell you more. And it's up to us to change that here and now. Ha! You would have me ask the Emperor himself? Mayhap there is some wisdom in that. If we can skirt the storm of his displeasure, we may yet come to our answers, even if it does mean sailing close to the wind. 12 have mercy, but for Lady Alisae's timely introduction, we might well have come to blows at the negotiating table. Not that Emperor Varus left us great many options. Is unconditional surrender all he will accept, do you think? If he arrived, I'd have said yes, but having heard him speak, I cannot help but think he came with some other end in mind. Exactly, he's building up to something, I know it. Then how should we approach the rest of the parley? Have you anything to say, Warrior of Light? Say nothing of Xenos or the ASCIANS. Invite Varus to explain himself. You believe he is more apt to reveal the truth if we put him at his ease? Mayhap you are right. Thank you, Earth. This parley was never like to bring peace. But I had hoped to learn something of the Emperor Varus' relationship with the ASCIANS. As had we all, yet if he is in league with them, he has not liked to volunteer the fact, and if he is not, how much weaker would his position seem for the present? If we are to broach that particular subject, we will need to be subtle. Would that I knew more of the man, if you would indulge me, Lord Hein. You received an imperial education, did you not? Is it true that the Emperor's will is considered absolute? There is no higher authority in all of Garlemald, nor else in the heavens. Come to that veneration of the gods is forbidden, the only worship permitted being of his radiance, his own person. That sounds suspiciously like a religion in itself. I share your disdain for hypocrisy. Even as they denigrate the idea of faith, they revere their leader with a fervor others reserved for the divine. 'Tis a flaw common to much of the doctrine they fed us, logical on the surface perhaps, but contradictory upon closer examination. I wonder if a discussion of this various discrepancies might prompt Varys to reveal something. Bibbidi boo. You've spoken with everyone, then? Good. Now all that remains is to wait for the pleasure of the Emperor and hope we fare better in the second attempt.
Now then, who would have the floor?
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
I'll admit your familiarity with our affair surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat icons posed the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner. Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the barrens said to have been laid waste by icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
Hey, they're getting accusatory. Fucking bugs.
Finally, you ask the right question. I can but hope you heed mine answer and at last accept the righteousness of our cause. My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be. In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more. No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences.
Thank you for the gift of $50, Mamu. Vulpus on Stalker 2, Cookie, and Sours.
There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
What in Rolga's name are you talking about?
I am talking about the origins of this star, of the source and its 13 reflections. At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfections. That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother. You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined. That That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
A rejoining of worlds.
I have heard this tale of the Source and its reflections before.
Are these not the self-same desires as the ASCIANS?
Emperor Varys, do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing. But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Garlean Empire was built by the hand of an ASCIAN.
I'm gonna give $20. Thank you for the donation. My God, he told us the truth, chat. That little emperor bastard.
What?
It's pretty big.
Yes. My grandsire, the former emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire? Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters, when the prize is true and lasting peace?
And donuts on the 5. Upgrade Ragnarok on Stalker 2. Cookie, sours. Very generous.
Thank you very much.
Stalker 2 is really coming along. Enable text, what? No. For buying, yes. I see. Your prize is a lie, your master's demons.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence.
I think I can get a membership, Harlot.
Imagine a world united. One perfect race beneath a single standard. An army before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate. I bid you join me, not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
You want to trigger another half-dozen calamities? You can't be serious!
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left!
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
It is unthinkable, unconscionable.
They're like, okay, we'll join in.
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together, that we might take fate into our own hands.
Into your hands, perhaps. But what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
To the ASCIANS, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
Are these truly the words of Garlemald's ruler? The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another. While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible. Such a man is not fit to govern.
Right. Me.
And you, warrior of light, would you refuse me as well?
We can defeat the ASCIANS as we are. Better than her little potato face.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me. Though I suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages.
Damn, purple.
This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
Yes, that's right, Grumpy. We have defeated some ASCIANS. The Emperor's being a bit of a stick in the mud, isn't he? You could just join the Alliance. You know what? I'm sad that Nanamo didn't fucking flip that and go like, no, join us. He's like, whoa? You want me to join your club? Real? Like, nobody lets him.
Really?
Really? Yeah.
Don't ask me that before.
I just wanted to make you guys my vassals so that we'd be friends. But I never thought that you want me to be in your alliance. We need that. Nanamo could have done it. She could have pulled it off.
She's the only one who could have.
Missed opportunity there in the writing. Mm-hmm. I came back to find Doma's advanced party ready and waiting for battle. So as worrying as our little chat with the Emperor was, it did buy enough time for at least some of our allies to arrive.
I'm not sure what I was expecting from our meeting with the Emperor, but it wasn't that. Still, at least we know now what he's really after.
Aye, a future built on a mountain of bodies. I too want the ASCIANS dead, but not at any cost.
The last of the reinforcements from Doma arrived not long ago. I pray it will be enough. Given the Emperor's stated goal, this is a battle we can ill afford to lose.
If the Garleans come in force, we may not have much say in the matter, even with our combined strength.
We knew from the first that the odds would be against us. But if there is even the slightest chance of victory, we must do everything in our power to seize it.
We must seize it, full stop.
here!
The two of you are to join an irregular unit and support the main host. I won't bother asking if you're minded to fight.
After coming this far, how could I not? And for once, there's no one around to countermand me. Not that they would. Not even my brother. But we all know who really make the difference. Ready to frighten some Garleans?
I wouldn't want to be on their side.
Might I ask you to accompany the Dorman contingent? They are strangers here, and your presence would do much to raise their spirits.
We would be honored.
When our people stride out with you in their midst, I dare say the Eorzeans will feel an ilm taller themselves. High spirits have a way of spreading.
What I wouldn't give to join you. But my duties as field commander will not allow it. I'll leave the front lines in your capable hands. Comrades, ready your arms. The hour of battle has come. May the crystal guide us to victory!
Since the others couldn't be here, we'll have to fight twice as hard. If Alphinaud wakes to find the Imperials have won, I shall never hear the end of it. It's strange. I thought I would be terrified when the fighting started. I should be terrified. But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be all right. So please, don't you dare leave me alone. No matter what happens, we have to survive together.
Fucking narrows her stupid little eyebrows. So fucking frumpy.
Oh, we're ready.
Little chatfishes. Chatfishes are for cooking. Like,
What are they cooking?
fried fish fillet.
Oh.
Oh, curious.
That's kind of deranged.
A
But,
bit
yeah.
familiar, actually. Tastes like my cousin. Tastes like my
Alright, looks like the chatfish are all ready to go.
Good. Good chatfish. Loyal chatfish. Ready to throw themselves at the Garleans.
We got a Polly, and I think it's Grumpy.
Yep, that's Grumpy.
It's,
I know
yeah.
because when I look at his DMs like 3 months ago or 2 months ago, his name was that. And I'm like, I see. He has embraced his inner weeb.
Let's see. Where is it? There.
fucking World War One over here. Trench lines and shit? Okay.
I went to grab food and I came back, you were at war. What happened?
The negotiations with the Garlean Empire failed.
Yeah, I saw you guys discussing. You think I went to grab food?
They came to an agreement that we can't come to an agreement. And that we're gonna have to kill each other.
And then war.
Yeah, just pretend that we're in Hearts of Iron right now.
Yeah. India will know what that's like one day.
Okay.
He's sad now.
I can't be sad. I'm eating lasagna.
Oh, you fat fuck.
You're just jealous.
Killing people, killing people.
Oh yeah, maybe I should have used the cooldown. I forgot. Defensive cooldown when you're pulling a lot of enemies. Good. It's okay. Polly's got my back.
Also, even if we did agree to become the Emperor or join the Emperor's like new empire or whatever, like, wouldn't like the crystal like revoke my powers for that, or the main character's powers?
I mean, I don't know.
Be like, oh my god, you fucking little traitor! I'm like, whoops, you little. Because don't I get the powers from the crystal? Not that my character actually has power.
Kind of. But yeah, it's not like it's. Yeah, I mean it's basically just the echo, right? So if we join the Empire, we don't need to have flashbacks.
Well, then we don't have to deal with that noise. Bing, 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 bing. And the worst part is that song isn't like fitting for hardly any of them.
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
That means it's gonna spin. Okay, that wasn't obvious.
Mark 3B Magitech Colossus. We.
Oh no! The other direction! Oh shit!
Been too
Mix-ups.
Ah, ran into this weird stuff.
The mix-up worked!
You dead.
Where the fuck is forward there?
Red Zebra donation 50 seconds and safe. The cataclysms called for work on a Muscle intrusion road may happen when the system is destabilized and order starts. The extruvely is meshed back in place.
Wow, purple.
I shan't hold back!
Brace yourself. They've called for reinforcements. Paratroopers! Remember that this is a medieval setting.
Don't worry about it. I mean, there's airships in the background, searchlights in the sky, fucking anti-aircraft fire going up into the air. I'm not really sure this is medieval. We may be using magic, but it's basically, it looks like World War III out there, dude.
Keep moving. We'll hold them here. Pippin. Okay, Pippin. Whoa, guys, do you know this reference? Do you know where this is from?
No. Looks like a giant motorcycle.
Okay, there's gonna be like a glowy spot on one of the walls. Don't stand in front of it.
And so it was. A big cooking beam. Wow. Oh my god, it's got a little hat.
That's right, Red Nazi. That's right.
What? Oh, I lost targeting. I don't know how that happened.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Okay. But this is a very strange dungeon. I didn't expect.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it is the exact same like setup as a dungeon, but yeah, it's not exactly a dungeon.
It's like, what if war? What?
Are these the last ones? Yes. Summoner's your favorite class, Torvar? That's pretty cool.
Why do you say that, Torvar? He's a big dinkies.
Nice little Pikachu.
He's the big dead. Oh.
Oh, shit!
The goofy ass tank.
Make it crack. Something.
He's dead.
Yep. Monkey. I've been pet class main for 25 years. Fear not, help is on the way. Yeah, that's fair.
This is gonna remain that way forever. There we go.
Quickly, to me! Oh shit, I didn't go to him.
I almost didn't make it.
Give him no quarter! It's going to blow! This one's for you, Papalibo! She did a limit break. Go on, Robin. Oh, I mean, Aerith, leave these soldiers to
It's contextual. The blue and red dudes. Wow.
These savages bested our vanguard. Impressive. But in the end, they are only that, savages. Now let us be brief. His radiance awaits. On the inside already. Whoa! Alright. Let's fuck him up. Anya, fall back. Very well. Leave the artillery to me.
Oh boy. There's circles.
I got hit. Impressive. Anya, let us engage them together. They cannot hope to evade us both.
Oh my. Whoa. Those little lines were not visual effects. Oh.
Anya, take the field. Commence bombardment and prepare to strike. They will not escape. Oh shit! Whoa! Wow! Get out! Oh shit! Place to stand. It seems we have no choice, Julia. Ready your limit break. You should feel honored, savages. Few are those who have witnessed this twice. Oh shit! Such a stupid attack. And fewer still who have witnessed this. Farewell, savages. Limit break them, Gibbs! It's the big orange button on the right!
Whoa. E.
No one else did it for you!
Did I do it?
No.
No.
Somebody did it.
It's not a big deal. Ooh.
We have served our purpose. Come, we shall withdraw for now.
They tricked us into going to a big ring.
Yep. Yep, that's right. Well, no, we did limit breaks then. We did. Oh no, sneeze.
Good.
We did it! I dare say they'll be reeling from this.
You were truly inspiring in battle, my friend. I'm determined not to be outdone, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
A tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
We're all standing in the circle.
We should give chase. Finish them off while we have the chance. Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
The light will expunge all life. Only you can forestall the calamity. Throw wide the gates.
No! 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 Not like...
Oh no. Don't tell me.
Dang.
All right. Quickly! We must get her back to the encampment.
So the Garleans have been routed, have they? Well done. Though this exchange was no more than a test of our strength, like as not, they won't be taking any chances now that the Emperor has joined the fray. They'll want to take their time, whittle down our defenses. Still, with your help, and that of our eastern allies, we passed the first test. Our line is unbroken. As for Alice, well, she's in good hands over at the infirmary. My lord, the Carrigans have completed their examination of Mistress Alice, and it is as we feared. She is locked in a slumber without any outward cause. Fucking Aerith, just fucking... just like the others, damn it. The Garleans picked a fine time to come knocking. 5 scions incapacitated, and with the enemy on our doorstep, I cannot spare the men to assist in the search for a cure. The best I can do is see to it that Alice is escorted safely back to the Rising Stones. Yugiri and I would return to our encampment. The main contingent of our forces from the Far East is under sail, and all must be made ready for their arrival. I'll not keep you then. Judging by the Garleans' recent movements, or lack thereof, they won't be launching another offensive in the immediate future. You should return to the Rising Stones, given the plight of your fellow scions. I can understand if you feel on edge, but you'll be no good to anyone without rest.
Take a nappy nap. Oh, just Rising Stones. Just teleport.
Your nap.
Yep.
Sadness. It's like music. Super relaxing now. Aerith, welcome home. Word has it you and Mistress Alice gave the Garleans quite the thrashing. Speaking of whom, where is Mistress Alice? I was certain she would have returned by now. It's just Aerith. No more scions. By the 12, not her too. Alker and I will ready the infirmary for arrival. We also need to send a message to Tataru post-haste. Would that I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. And with you too, for that matter. It grieves me to report that the Archon's condition remains unchanged. As we speak, Countlet and Cryo and Master Matoya continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, their efforts have yet to bear fruit. But all is not lost. You are still hale and whole after all, though I expect you must be tired from your journey. You should rest, my friend. Leave the worrying to us, for the time being at least. Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo, There's big bad prince boy. Who's not a prince? He's an ASCIAN. Aerith, yours is a welcome face indeed in these troubled times. Though if you've come to inquire about our stricken brothers and sisters, I'm afraid I have not to report. Cotelinet and the others continued their tireless search for answers, and I, too, have done all in my power to assist them. Alas. My apologies for the intrusion. I was told Master Alfredo had been brought here, and wished to see if his condition had improved. Mr. Zareth, I have heard about the part you played in driving back the Empire's forces. Thank you. That you were able to stop them, if only for a short while, gives me hope. I realize how strange such words must sound, coming from Garlean's lips. But I speak them out of the love I bear for my homeland, because I wish to see an end to this bloodshed. That is why I chose to share all that I know with the Alliance. Though I will surely be branded a traitor, I am content to bear the ignominy. 'Twill seem a small price to pay if it helps prevent this conflict from escalating any further. But enough of my prattling. The war is not what brought me all this way. I came to see Master Alfano. An acquaintance of Aerith and Alfano, are you? Well, far be it from me to turn away good company, if you will follow me, sir. When word reached me that Alfano had returned, it seemed only right that I visit him. Poor lad, it pains me to see him thus, but I take solace in the knowledge that he is safe and well cared for. He fought valiantly at the burn. The Populares could not have wished for a more committed ally. I know not how he came to be afflicted, but I pray a cure will be found soon. On an unrelated note, you may be interested to know that I have traveled here in the company of another acquaintance of yours. He awaits my return at North Silvertier, and I am certain he would be glad to see you, assuming you can spare the time, that is. There's like a war going on, you know, or something.
Don't worry about it.
Meanwhile, it's like trench hellhole land while we've been fucking off, you know, over here. Dead Glory says he's a femboy and it smells bad. It's like, why did I say that? Oh? They're so curious. Being the tiniest little stonefish we have. Well, Stone Age just sitting there, fucking sad. And Stone Age should be filled with depression. The way I prefer my Stone Age. Ah, there you are. I was beginning to think you would not come. It sounds like you've been through the mill. You should have called me. Though I must confess, tracking down missing souls isn't exactly within my field of expertise. As you may have surmised, I heard much of Master Garland growing up in Garlemald. Indeed, he has long been a source of inspiration to me. Most Garleans would say he is a traitor, that he turned his back on his country. We, the Populares, however, consider him a revolutionary, a man willing to defy the Empire's dreams of subjugation, that his inventions might bring about a better future for all mankind. Please, revolutionary is a term best served for my work. I am but an Imperial defector who thought to aid another Imperial defector. Whatever Master Garland says, I am humbled to find myself in such distinguished company. Speaking of distinguished company, we heard from Raban that you ran into an old friend in the burn. Is it true Guy still lives? Like most in the army, I never had the privilege of seeing Legatus without his mask. I had to think I walked halfway across the burn in the presence of the Black Wolf. And he claimed to have severed ties with the Empire to hunt ASCIANS, did he? After his humbling at the Praetorium, one would think he'd have the good sense to stay dead. Should we meet again, I shall be sure to tell him so. Commander Aldin also spoke of the Alliance's meeting with the Emperor. Though I still labor to believe what he told us, did his Radiance really claim that Garlemald was founded by the ASCIANS? But that is madness. The very notion is absurd. Every fiber of my being rails against it, and yet I see no escaping the truth. From the very founding of my homeland, my brothers and sisters have laid down their lives in the service to a lie. The ASCIANS must be stopped to save my people, to save all peoples. For all the Empire's many crimes, even I did not suspect. Had I known, I would have left a lot sooner. But that is in the past. Here in the present, we must apply ourselves to the problem of how the Empire's ambition may be thwarted, not only in Eorzea, but in the Far East as well. The Ironworks will spare no effort to achieve that end. Seryu's wall was a good start, but we can do more, and we will. We'll show them what it means to achieve freedom through technology. Begging your pardons, I bear a message for the Warrior of Light. Commander Aldin requests your presence at the Alliance headquarters in Alamigo. He would discuss the matters of strategy at your earliest convenience. Ah, yes, the inevitable messenger. I knew it wouldn't be long before duty called you away. Time, no doubt, being of the essence, could I tempt you to ride aboard the Excelsior? If there's a faster way to Raban's side, I will personally apologize to the commander for keeping him waiting. Yeah, there's crystals. You absolute goober. I swear every time you board my ship, you seem to be barreling headlong into danger, and every time you somehow contrive to emerge victorious, which of course is an admirable skill. But no one is invincible, Aerith, not even you, so please take care of yourself out there. I pray you remain safe on the front lines. Though ill-equipped to join the fray, I shall do all I can to assist from the headquarters. My colleagues and I have been tasked with evacuating casualties by air. See that you aren't among them, eh? Commander Aldin is waiting, my lady. It would be best if we proceeded to the Alliance headquarters at once. Are you ready? Perhaps.
Oh.
You're here. Good.
Hold on.
What?
I have to kick you from the party. There.
No, good. I summoned you to discuss strategy, but first I would apprise you of the Garlean's movements. Upon speaking of the Raban, several cutscenes will play in sequence. I just recommend blah 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 blah. You know the drill.
There have been several skirmishes along the border, but as yet neither side has delivered a decisive blow. We had long assumed that the Garleans would overwhelm us in a straight fight, but we seem to be gaining ground, albeit slowly. As to why that might be, the most likely explanation is that they have yet to commit all their forces. Still, we're winning, and our latest intelligence suggests the Emperor has retreated back to Garlemald. In light of this, we're considering launching an offensive with the aim of pushing the front line forward and giving ourselves some room to breathe.
Commander! The Imperials! They've broken through our defenses to the east.
What?
Our scouts say their forces are being led by Lord Xenos. Lord Heian and Commander Hext have taken their troops to provide support, but we don't know how long they can hold out.
So, they've been biding their time, waiting for his arrival, have they? Very well. Send word to our allies, requesting reinforcements for the front line. Should the worst come to the worst, I may need to enter the fray myself. But what of you? Do you still have the strength to fight?
You need only say the word.
Much obliged. Given the choice, I'd take you over 100 soldiers.
And then I pass out.
Why won't they open? Please, I bid you open.
Pick up the phone!
What's wrong? Is it the voice again? Are you sure you're in a fit state to do this? May Ralga grant us strength. Give 'em hell, lass. I, for my part, will defend this place to my dying breath.
Oh my god, I'm a Chinese guy.
Yeah. Number two is a dodge. So you'd use that once, like every 60 seconds.
Gotcha.
Just keep that up. So there are still those willing to stand against the Crown Prince. Interesting. Let's put an end to this here and now. Do you truly believe that possible? Then let us test the limits of this Scarlian vessel.
But that'll have been a moment to dodge.
A formidable foe. We have come too far to fail now. So, soon I shall give the lie to man's indomitable spirit. Warrior of Light is still nowhere in sight. Strength, my friends. It would not do to have Aerith arrive to find us battered and broken. Fight and struggle, if that is your want. But you will not escape your fates. Quickly, we must spread out. Our fate is not for you to decide. Enough! You will learn your place. Behold, a taste of my true power. What is this sorcery? Look upon Amino Habakiri and know the depths of your folly. Oh, no you don't.
Here it comes!
Please, no! What have you done? If he would bring all to bear, then so must we.
Shinobi's power. The art of my forebears.
Well done, dispelling his phantoms. Now hurry, we must protect Lise. Now go to Lise.
Oh fuck! This is cooked.
Still, you choose to struggle against the inevitable.
Wait, what if I don't want to say
The
please?
Warrior of Light is but a few hundred yards away. We may be on the back foot, but it's not over yet. If we can at least hold out until Aerith arrives, I'm sure we can turn this around. She comes, does she? Then I need not waste my time on you.
Listen, we're winning, chat. Don't worry about it. He only knocked out everybody.
Magic with a Garlean body. That's hardly fair. Still, he must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Bringer of light. It has been too long. No words to mark our reunion? So be it. Equilibrium must be restored, and only your death will redress the balance.
Oh shit.
Chump Pug's off. Thank you for the nation, Chump Pug. Good luck. And Pugtopia.
Okay, Chump Pug.
He's dead, by the way. No more Pug.
Coming back, you will fight as Aerith tips. We will suffer your interference no longer.
Oh, what the fuck? My cabuncle's gone.
Time time for games is over.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you think you know of the dark, but I will show you the true nature of our power. The potential of this vessel is transcendent, without limit.
Oh, jeez.
Shocking. Paralysis. You are strong, bringer of light, but her blessing will avail you not. Oh. This ends now. Redress the balance. To ensure the salvation of this star, you must fall. Plus he has soup? Nice. Impossible. How is it you have grown so powerful in the gift? No matter. You may have bested La Havre, but I will not be cast aside so easily. Balls!
It's a fucking Nier Automata fight.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh jeez. I think he's trying to bully me, chat. He's trying to bully. He's almost dead.
Swift shall be your destruction. This doesn't seem very swift. It's been like 12 minutes.
I see.
Yeah, I already told him, Grumpy.
He's dead, chat. Just kidding, he's actually better. It's like, fuck.
mother chose her champion well. Yet, for all your strength, you will still fail.
Please, I beseech you.
Ah, someone calls to you. Too late, alas.
Damn.
At last, I found you. Please, there's no cause for alarm. Though, I confess, this is not where I had intended to meet. But the place of our meeting is of no consequence, like the war you wage. Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. The better path leads you here, to me. I have need of your strength.
Who are you?
I'm afraid such questions will have to wait. We have precious little time, and your work is not yet done. Go to the Crystal Tower. I have left something for you near its base. It will serve as a beacon of sorts, one which I pray will help you on your journey. All you need do is find it. I will take care of the rest. Soon, we will throw wide the gates, and the path to the first will be yours to walk at last.
You're awake. Thank heavens.
What happened?
Do you recall the confrontation with Xenos? You were the first to come to the aid of Mistress Lys and the others on the front line. In the midst of your duel, it is said you faltered, and that the Crown Prince seized the opportunity to deliver a mortal blow. Yet before his blade could find its mark, he was distracted by the arrival of a second adversary who bore you away from the battlefield and into the hands of our chirurgeons. Lest you wonder, he left before you awoke. As is his wont. Estinian never was one for emotional farewells. Though Xenos bested all before him, the battle clearly took its toll, for he retreated shortly after your rescue. Seeing this, the remaining Imperial forces decided discretion was the better part of valor and pulled back, allowing us to re-establish our position. We have since received word of renewed unrest in the provinces, doubtless inspired by the efforts of the Eorzean Alliance and our Far Eastern allies. Nor does the good news end there. We have also come into possession of intelligence suggesting unrest within the Imperial Court. This would certainly explain why both the Emperor and Lord Xenos appear to have abandoned the fight. A long-awaited ray of hope in these dark times.
Is Alisei all right? What of the Scions? Because, you know, they're all unconscious.
Yet to awake, I'm afraid. But please, concentrate on your own recovery for now. You have carried the hopes of some half-dozen nations, and we are all eternally grateful for your efforts. But no one is without their limits, not even you. Leave this fight to us, my friend. You have earned your rest. But before I forget, I was asked to deliver a message as soon as you awoke. A reminder that you are not alone, though many of your allies have fallen. When you are well and rested, you are to return home, where friends will be waiting for you. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to the front. May we meet again soon.
Quick. Well, this is a most unexpected surprise. I thought you confined to bed. When I heard you had collapsed on the field of battle, I confess I feared the worst, but with you standing here before me, I see now that the reports of your defeat were greatly exaggerated. Thank the Fury. As long as we have you, Mistress Tilius, history suggests we have a fighting chance. Speaking of fighting, you may be surprised to hear that the war's effects can already be felt even here in Ishgard. In anticipation of a need for reinforcements, Artoriel will soon be departing for the front lines with a contingent of our finest knights. I would advise you to stay until your strength had returned, but I know it would be an exercise in futility. Indeed, I suspect you have already decided on your next destination. Dark days lie ahead, of that I have no doubt, but the light of hope shall ever guide our steps, so long as we have the will to press onward. And press onward we must. Farewell, my friend. I pray our next meeting will be under happier circumstances.
Pray return to the Rising Stones.
Billy's just molding in chat. It's a fucking tiny little cat, man.
Regulini.
By the 12! I don't believe it! I rushed back as soon as I could. I swear, my heart nearly stopped when I heard you'd collapsed like the others. What in heaven's name is going on? Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. Oh, well, that's helpful. And what else did he say? The better path leads to him? If his is the voice you've all been hearing, perhaps the others are with him. Sir Emmerich said the fighting had reached a stalemate, didn't he? But if that monster masquerading as Xenos comes back... Thancred, Yestola, Urianger, Alphino, Alize, you're going to need all of them on your side to defeat him. And I forbid you from going to face him on your own, do you hear me? So if you must leave, go and find the others. Bring them home. As for where to start, you said the stranger had left a beacon for you at the Crystal Tower, right? But how are you to find it, now that the tower has been sealed shut? There has to be a way. If anyone would know, it's Sid, and the researchers of St. Coinac's Find. Don't you worry, we'll find that beacon for you.
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace.
I pray you have good reason for abandoning the front.
How could I remain there while the rumor that my son is possessed by a demon spreads like a sickness here at home? I will not be made to fight for the throne a second time. But what of you? Did you not tell me you would destroy Eorzea's champion with the ease that one might swat a fly?
A minor setback. She will not escape me again. Where is your grandsire? I would have words with him.
How should I know? Do you hide from each other's sight as well? I imagine he's doing what all ASCIANS do.
He must have found a way to take advantage of this turmoil.
Men are not pawns to be played with, ASCIAN. You underestimate us at your peril. This war will not be decided by you and yours. Man must choose his own fate, and I, for my part, will do all within my power to see Garlemald emerge victorious.
Pray forgive the intrusion, Your Radiance, but the requested preparations are now complete. We stand ready to begin production of Black Rose upon your order.
That's the end of Stormblood.
We did it. We beat the video game. So, what? The video game? Oh. So, what did you think of it, Bensky, when you first played it? When you were but a wee little Bensky boy? Oh, thanks.
I was honestly not as like anti as everybody else. I felt like I kind of thought Stormblood was okay when I played it, but it does feel like is interlude the right word? It's like a chapter between chapters almost.
It's kind of like a slow build-up thing.
Yeah.
What did Indio think?
You know, I was mostly focusing on work. Couldn't pay much attention to the story. I'm only here for moral support.
I think the Doma section was strong. I think the end of the patches were strong with like dealing with the Emperor and stuff. I think the weakest part of the expansion, like it wasn't terrible, but weakest part was Alamigo.
Yeah. But there are also things that, and one of the reasons why I feel like it's, you know, kind of like, and in between is the hindsight, right? Because there are things that color like how you view things when you look back at Stormblood differently when you played like things further down the line. So it's like there are some things I would like to like talk about, but it doesn't really make sense to talk about it here.
You're forbidden.
Yeah.
Indio, your waifu.
Yeah, she's dead.
The psychopath.
We killed her.
How's it make you feel, Indio?
I keep forgetting I'm pushed to talk. And yeah, that's what I said. She was better with black hair though.
I didn't remember that Gosetsu actually survived though. I thought he died. But
Who?
I guess he survives. Gosetsu.
Yeah, he lives.
Big guy. Yeah.
But he wanders off, so he might as well be dead.
Yeah, because I thought that he like dies of sickness there for some reason, but he didn't.
It sort of sounds like he's going on a wandering journey and He's old and retiring.
No, he became bald. It's worse than death.
He did become bald. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Did Verdola not have art in that?
I don't think so. I think those were mainly.
Why did Yoruzuya get art?
She didn't. Because,
But not the prince? Like, I felt like he's bigger as a character.
Well, maybe there's more. Who knows? There's Verdola. There you go.
Yeah, but that's not artwork. This is her 3D model. I would have thought they would have showed off all the, big characters. Maybe the Emperor or something. Even though he was kind of not really relevant till the end.
Yeah. Yotsuyu deserved to drown in the castle. Honestly, I feel like I feel like a lot of people want them to have died there, but I kind of feel like it would have been premature somehow as well. Like,
well, because Gosetsu died. I don't know about Yotsuyu is like, okay. The big problem with Yotsuyu, and in my opinion Fordola, they share a similar problem, is there's really no reason to care about them that much. And they want to do the redemption thing with Fordola. Not redemption, but like the... I don't even know what to call it. It's like a... Sort of like, I'm going to try to set things right kind of situation. But then they try to do that with Yoruzuya too, and it's like, you've done this twice now.
it is similar, but it is a little different. But yeah, they do kind of.
It's the same. It's the same plot thread.
A bit. Yeah. But it is a little different because in Yotsuyu's case, it's literally like she doesn't remember anything. So does it make sense to execute her? Because then it's kind of like you're only doing it for the symbology of it almost.
Amnesiac. But yeah, the big thing is I think both of them should have probably been okay, if she was an amnesiac, yeah, okay, she doesn't need to die. But the minute she learned her memories, it's like, okay, the personality that was evil is now back. The person who killed and hurt all those people has returned. And so it's like, okay. My biggest annoyance with the Yoruzuya plot is how obvious it's that fucking her brother is trying to rekindle her memories, and it's dude, what the hell?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
they don't...
I didn't really like that either. It was a little bit they kind of just stumble into that whole thing.
Because if you want her to remember her memories, it should have happened a different way.
Yeah. But I do think it depends on your mindset a little bit when you're looking at the Yotsuya thing, because if you're thinking about it logically, okay, what would an actual ruler do of an actual kingdom in this scenario? His hand would be forced. He would pretty much have to execute her.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if she doesn't remember. It's gonna have to.
People won't care because they'll literally, yeah.
They don't even understand. They don't believe it. It doesn't matter. Her life is for them. It's just. But here it's more like a personal view of everything, right? So I don't know.
Yeah, that's why it was okay. As soon as how I would have I don't know. When she got found out by the villagers, that was the moment in which I felt like it should have she could remember herself or something instead of the stupid mirror. Because I don't know. And when it came to Fordola, the issue with her is, again, the same problem. She's already committed atrocities, and then they're okay, hold up. But, here's her actual backstory. It's you can't do that at the end. You gotta show me who she is before that you reach that point, because, by the time we get to the point where it's okay, it just feels tacky to, oh, yeah, she's just forgiven.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I don't necessarily think that Fordola's the concept.
They may not
of it
kill her,
is...
but she should be exiled at very least.
Yeah, but like the concept of her story, like I understand what they're trying to do, because it's like they're trying to tell a story about like the difficulty of growing up in under occupation, right? And like what do you do to survive? Like it's not necessarily so black and white to be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna join the rebellion and just never be a collaborator or whatever. Like it's not necessarily that easy, but it kind of comes out of nowhere.
And then they give her like a power, and it's like, we can't kill her because she's super god Saiyan. And it's like, okay. I don't like Cordola. She just didn't feel interesting as a character. I like the prince with his speech at the end, and then he died. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. Like, but I feel like he's gonna come back for some reason. And don't spoil it, but it's like, that's the annoying thing. It's like the prince being who he was, like, okay, he's bad, he's evil. Then he has that speech at the end, I'm like, okay, that was kind of cool. Then you defeat him. And then they're like, but is he gone? It's like, okay, but like, maybe he should stay dead. The Emperor's interesting. I do like how all the Eorzean Alliance people just completely fumbled the first part of the meeting, though. That was funny. It was like one after the other as they're all fucking trauma dumping on him. Like, like, okay, dudes. This is not necessarily the best negotiation.
Oh, what's that name? German translation, Robin Schnuckelborg.
Schnuckelborg.
Is that my new name?
That's fucking Robin now.
That's my German name.
Schnuckelborg. That's good. But yeah. That's like the big thing, because the big thing is those characters I think were kind of weak. Gosetsu was strong. Fucking what's his nuts? Oh my god, why is I forgetting his name all of a sudden? Hein.
Yep.
Hien is good. Yugiri is okay. Like she's not particularly that strong. Gosetsu and Hien are a bit stronger than she is narratively, and I think everybody else like narratively did pretty well. It's just really the only point of contention I had with any of the characters was Fordola and Yoritsuyu, mostly because like they were just kind of annoying. I'm not a big fan of like war criminal or a person who's like has blood on their hands getting like a redemption arc after they've already killed several dozen people, or you know, in Yoritsuyu case she killed like hundreds. They don't really say the numbers, and Fordola guaranteedly killed at least at least 100.
Yeah. Like I get what they're trying to do with Fordola because it's
I
not
see what
about,
they're
like, a
trying to do,
redemption arc.
but you can't
It's
have her
that-
kill so many people.
It's just that Lise, like she wants to keep her alive to show Fordola that they could manage to take back Alamigo and like save their people the right way, right?
Yeah, I felt like it was more
And show her that.
for Liza's own sake, though, that she did that.
Probably. I mean, a little bit, probably.
Because it felt
She
like when
probably
Liza
sees
spared
her-
her was selfish.
Yeah, she probably sees a little bit of herself in her because she's also an Alamigan orphan.
Are we all Alamigan orphans this way?
Maybe.
He's like, ooh.
Maybe. We all grew up in Little Alamigo.
Gives like Liza the most. She wasn't the worst character ever. She just was like, as far as characters go, Lise, like as much as I complain about her, she's not the worst. Just like Yoritsuya and Fordola aren't the worst. It's just they were the weakest, like of the expansion. Versus the expansion that came before this, Heaven's Ward. I can't really think of too many characters. I was like, oh my god, they're annoying or they're like getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
Because Heaven's Ward, everything felt good. There. And then with the original expansion, original game, like there's the beginning 100 hours, which is not very good, and then there's the end section of that, which all of a sudden the story starts to happen, which starts to actually get better. Especially when you learn about Alphino's like grandpappy and you have to kill him because he becomes like a primal of his own. That was actually nice. In fact, that was probably the strongest part about like the vanilla.
Yeah, because I like that rate because it's like actually relevant to the plot and to the world. So yeah, that's definitely my favorite raid series, which is unfortunate because you can't really do it. Like, you basically have to go in and solo the whole thing. Because it's not designed to be done like in the dungeon finder. Because it was designed more like WoW raids. Like, you have really complicated mechanics, you have to stand over here, over there, you have to spin around in a circle and whatever, otherwise everybody wipes, and it's just not doable in duties, in the duty finder.
But yeah.
Because like if you compare that to the raid series in Heavenswood with the little goblins, like that feels like it's like 95% irrelevant.
Well, yeah,
Like,
most
we're
of
just dealing
the
with some
content
fucking
was just
goblins.
not relevant. Like, some of it gets referenced later on, which is nice, because it feels like there's continuity there. But the vast majority of the vanilla experience, from all the memories I have of it, like, never get brought up again. And honestly, I think part of that's for the best, but I honestly think that what they need to do, what I really think hurts this game more than anything else, is the vanilla part. It's specifically, I know they reduced it when I played it, and you guys played way worse than I did, the way worse sections, but when it had more padding. But I think they really just need to just take the beginning and just take a fucking axe to like 70% of it and just chop it off.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to remove the content. Just make it side quests. And then let the players just skip over that 100-hour hurdle and actually get to the story that engages. Because throughout that 100 hours, I will point out, it's not all 100 hours is not actually good quests. It's 100 hours of like season 1 and 2 of Stargate Next Generation, where it's like, this episode's good, this episode's good. Oh, this one, no. This one, boring. This one, no. And it's like, this one's good.
Do you remember the part where you're supposed to fight Leviathan and you have to go around figuring out, like, searching for information about Leviathan, and you end up talking with a guy called Taktum, who's wearing, like, tiger striped skin, like, underpants, and he's just tricking you into doing his job and, like, polishing rocks and, like, pushing barrels around and shit. And then he's like, I don't know anything about Leviathan, and then you just kind of leave.
Yeah.
Or when you're picking up ingredients. Like, they send you around the entire world to pick up cheese, and there's an entire, like, side quest line for picking up wine and stuff like that, and then you come back and they're like, yeah, congratulations, you picked up all the ingredients for your celebration feast, hooray! Like, oh, okay.
That was fine. Oh, there were so many weird things in the vanilla thing. I will say, whenever they focus on the primary plot, it's much better. Like, I will liken this to Babylon 5's writing with Season 1 to Season 2. Season 1 is, like, some major plot stuff in the beginning, and then it just waffles about aimlessly for a bit. And then it's like, that's not interesting. And then Season 2 kicks up, and it's like, alright, let's focus on the actual plot and, like, advance the story. That's way better.
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna have side quests in your game, they should be related to either the main plot, or you shouldn't have them at all.
The way it works after A Realm Reborn, I think it starts in Heavenswood, but basically the way it works is that every area that you go through in the main story, once you are done with those, you have to find the little ether flow thingies to learn to fly, right? But then there's also the quest that, like, you have to do some quests as well to unlock things as well. But those quests are usually, like, quest chains. And each little, like, hub have a bunch of random bullshit side quests. But it has, like, one core side quest chain that's, like, actually kind of decent. And I've done all of those up to and including Endwalker. And it's like most of the quests in each town are, like, not very interesting, but those small quest chains are usually better than, like, most of those parts in A Realm Reborn, in my opinion. At least what I remember.
Well, makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, the writing improved as time went on, right?
Yeah.
Like, even in WoW, for example, like, the vanilla experience, like, there's some quests, because I've read them, where it's like, when it's dealing with, like, what's going on with the nobility and Westfall, and what's going on with the fact that, like, there's this Defias organization, and there's something wrong with, like, one of the nobles who's basically like at the top, and it turns out that's one of the dragons, right? Those quests are actually alright. But the big problem is that like 90% of the quests aren't that or about that. It's like,
yeah, and
go
then
fetch
you
me a
don't
fucking
any of
thing.
them.
Yeah, because it's like, those quests are interesting because it's revealing a plot, and there's like a huge subterfuge thing, which leads you to eventually figure out who's behind it, and then you go and confront Onyxia, and you slay Onyxia. That's cool. But a lot of quests just don't do that, and I feel like filler quests are kind of one of the big problems a lot of MMOs have. It's not unique to any MMO. Every MMO has them. And it's like,
No,
okay...
not Monsters and Memories.
Alright, shut up, Chubby. Because even SWTOR has them too. Where it's like, here's a random quest about something. It's like, is it interesting? And it's like, not really. But you can help this person, like, find their wallet. And it's like, okay.
I need some ingredients for my stew, by the way.
Yeah, those quests I think can be dropped. Because I think what they should do is make more room and more time for quests that are interesting, and then make less time for things that aren't interesting. Like if the writers ask themselves, and like the game designers ask themselves, is this fun? And is this exciting and interesting? And the answer is no, then just don't do it. Then focus more effort. Like the quest about like, you know, like going to Doma, like for example, let's pretend that's a side quest, right? Like expand that more. Give that more time. Because that deserves it way more than, you know, the side quest about getting Granny some apples for her apple
However,
pie.
It is actually kind of hard to do, because when you play vanilla WoW, it's like, yeah, every single quest is bullshit, right?
Oh,
But
yes, there.
it's the fact that you have so many bullshit quests, it kind of like makes you go out into the world, and like it directs you to kind of explore everything, because it's like, oh, you need to go over there to the raptors and over there to the quillboars, etc. So you kind of go around everywhere and you do stuff, and you're not like streamlined and forced along a certain path. You kind of just go and do it in whatever order that works for you. And then later on, they did what you suggest as well, which at the time I preferred, because I don't like doing all these random quests. Like when you get to like Warlords of Draenor or Legion, then you get like one quest, and it's like an actual like main quest chain. But that also kind of shifts the game away from an MMO and into just a single-player story game to some degree. So
That's true. That is actually, so, funny thing. I don't know how many of you in chat, and I don't think you have. You've not played SWTOR, have you?
I have, but not a lot.
SWTOR isn't an MMO. It's weird, like, when you play it. Because, like, when you play it, you're like, this isn't an MMO. And the more you play it and the further you get, the less MMO-y it gets as they, like, get further into the development of it. And you begin to realize it's actually a single-player RPG inside of an MMO's body. And it's a very strange and otherworldly experience. Because I had that experience with SWTOR at first, where I was like, what the hell? This game feels, like, wrong at first. And they're like, no, wait, it's... Like, stop thinking about it as an MMO. It's not an MMO. It's actually just a single-player RPG game that was ramshackled because the EA executives wanted it to be an MMO. And when you actually play it, it's actually really interesting that way. That's why I think the quests and writing in that game is so strong. Because that writing, I don't know if you've ever played, like, SWTOR Far, but, like, the writing is fucking good for some of that stuff. But the big problem with each character, or each class having its own storyline, is that there are 8 classes, right? If I remember right, chat? Not talking about subclasses. 8 classes, 8 stories. 8 games in one game. Some of those stories are good. Some of the stories are fucking phenomenal. And some of those stories are fucking mid, or and one of those particular stories is fucking awful.
Okay.
It is. Like, but yeah, because, like, the 2 stories I completed that was Inquisitor, and I got pretty far into Agent. And oh my god, they're really good. Like, you gotta play them sometime, just for the stories.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because if you like the Final Fantasy story here, because this is good. These expansions, they basically have that in there. But unfortunately, unlike Final Fantasy, SWTOR is the reverse. the beginning and like the end of the main like game is incredibly strong, and every expansion subsequent starts to fall off to the point by the end where the final expansion comes out, and it's final expansion, the last major commercial one they ever did and probably ever will, which was the Eternal Empire or whatever, wasn't good. Like, it was just kind of cringe. The writing got very, very dumb and stupid. But yeah.
Yeah.
Red Dot Zebra Joint Space Secure says, it's single player RPG, ASCIAN. What? What's he talking about?
I don't know what that means either. What are you saying, Red Dot Zebra?
I have no idea. I'm trying to think about what he said. And I don't understand it. But thank you for the nation, by the way, but I don't know what that means. SWTOR is KOTOR 3 with extra steps. Yeah, pretty much. It actually has really cool storylines because you can actually play the bad guys. And that's actually really cool. It's a single-player RPG in the body of an MMO. Oh, an RPG ASCIAN, gotcha. Yeah, in that regard, yes. As far as MMO stories go, like, that's that. The only one I know of is Star Trek Online, but that one's weird because they get, like, official canon things, and then they get, like, they let fans write, and so the quality of writing is, like, all over the place. Like, it's just completely a mess. They have voice acting, too. The only ones that have voice acting, I think, are Final Fantasy Online, which is partial voice acting, because it doesn't fully voice act it. SWTOR, which is... I know the base game is, like, fully voice acted, which is insane. And then, I think Star Trek Online is also voiced. And I don't think there are any MMOs that I'm aware of that have, like, voice acting. Though there are so many MMOs on the market, but I just don't know about them.
I'm not sure, but it depends. Like, I think Lost Ark probably has some voice acting. It has a bunch of cutscenes and stuff, so... Black Desert Online has voice acting to some degree. Like, it depends on the degree as well. Like, some have some voice acting, but... Yeah.
My god, the credits go on forever, don't they?
They do.
Or is it looping?
You can skip it.
But as you said, bad guys, you can play a light side Sith and Cloud of the Jedi. You can, which is funny.
Okay.
It's BioWare, so you have dialogue choices. They don't really affect the story. There's basically like the story like this, right? Where you get choices, but it's kind of just an illusion. You get a follow-up thing, but then it ties back in.
Yeah.
Because I played with dialogue software before, and how that works is it's like basically you have a dot right here, chat, and then that dot splits into two paths, and then those two paths re-emerge back to another dot. And then the story continues, and then it splits, and then they re-merge. Because if you split, and then you keep splitting, usually you're going to have some sort of, like, final conclusion, because otherwise that turns into a web, and, like, carrying on from that web is usually not good. That's why usually when you play CRPGs and stuff like that, they'll usually, when there's multiple choices, that usual arc will usually have a follow-up thing after the completion of the arc. Maybe, very briefly, like a little closing note or something, and then it ends and moves on. Which is usually just how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game after all. You can only have so much malleability to the outcomes.
Yup, because otherwise the video game would just be completely different from what it was. And that's why there are some people that tried to do AI in game making, but that was a complete disaster narratively. Mostly because you lose all sense of cohesion. And good story structure requires structure to begin with.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I noticed with Stardock's Galactic Civilizations, like, event system. Because they did that there, too. Where it's like you have branching choices and stuff. But it's like, it just leads to really weird things that don't make sense.
Mm. Yeah, especially in a game like, yeah, like a Civ style game with that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Better to handcraft it like linear wise, because that's the big thing, right? People want to create that sort of like, you know how there's like that meeting we had in this game, right, where you had the Emperor talking to the Erosian Alliance, and they couldn't reach. They reached an impasse. They reached basically an impasse, and then they basically go to war, right? And that kind of thing people want in like Total War and stuff like that, but like to get that requires like that to be scripted. Because even if you make it procedural, it'll just feel like stats and bubbles and covers rather than an actual, like, narrative event. Like, it's gotta be a linear experience with branching paths. Which is, like, theoretically, you could make a game where you could have that Erosian and Garlemald, like, meeting and have different outcomes from it. But it would just require you to write the outcomes for each path and then make it feel, you know, satisfying for each one.
Mm-hmm.
What is fucking Dead Glory on about? We wait for you in the bar. Hurry, fingers hurt from what we are doing. What? Leave this instant and go to bar? What bar? What is he talking about? Is he schizoing? I think he's schizo fishing out. Dead Glory was foolish.
We can't talk to Tataru.
Oh, we can? Then we shall. I knew you'd be alright, and to celebrate your return, I made you this. A brand new traveling outfit. Oh, I hope it fits. But now is not the time to fuss over your measurements. I must go and speak with the researchers at St. Coinac's Find. You go and rest while we track down that beacon.
My enemy. My friend. Had I been but a step faster.
Bloody savages!
He doesn't have the aura without his body.
Pity your hunt leads you elsewhere. Not that I am surprised. May you find joy in it. Grow stronger, more savage, and savor every triumph.
He's got a weird thing for the main player character.
In the meantime, I will reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
In the midst of a requiem for heroes, a voice rings out across time and space. In fields of tranquil light, sow you seeds of darkness. And now
don't take the next question. Yeah. So, now the question is, Chatfish, what do we do now? Do we go and start on the Alliance raid? Do we go and start on Omega?
Go start on things you said we weren't gonna do? What? Curious.
I didn't say we weren't gonna do it. I just said I didn't want to do Omega with minimum eye level requirement. Meaning
oh, that!
It's fucking impossible.
Okay. Oh my god, Chatfish are retarded! Chatfish are retarded. Alright, yes, they are doing a silly fucking dance, chat.
They're dancing.
That's the very Chatfish thing there.
So, how many fried fish fillets you want, Indio? I can see 4. We can split them. I can see 4.
I believe Chatfishes are poisonous.
Chatfishes are poisonous. You're telling me if I slap Grumpy on your plate, you're just gonna look at him and go like, no thanks.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I was like, fine, be that way. And he just plops off the plate.
But Kibbs needs to learn his rotation. He actually knows his rotation. Because the
Yeah.
rotation on a summoner is one button, and then you press the next button, and then you press the one button again, and then you press the next button, and then you press
I'm
the
sorry,
one button.
chat, but I'm a gamer unlike you. Like, Jeff is just mauling in the background. How's it make you feel, chat? Now, one moment. I must grab another water.
No drink.
I like
The
how he
grape
got
soda
you.
pit?
I like how he got you use it to drink your water now. He would cry about every time before.
I assume the grape soda pit is Omega.
Alright. Almost done. Let's... There we go. Rich people water. What the fuck?
What?
Delicious.
Kids don't know the dance? You should do that. Introduce kids to the silliest side quest storyline.
No. I think even
To be fair, I kind of want to see now.
the silliest side quest is probably the one where Indio gets fucking castrated. He's like, yeah. No more little Indios.
Thank God.
Thank God. Okay, that's it. All right, we're hooking Indio up. We're hooking Indio up. 7 dozen little Indios. How many drunk little Indios can we get? Or drunk little Indios? How many little...
Why drunk what?
Listen, the wife we found you wasn't necessarily a sober one. Wasn't necessarily a sober. Indio, I'm gonna make sure that you have many children, just so that you're miserable. You're becoming miserable because your desire not to become a father annoys me.
I mean, if I do have to take care of children, I'm gonna have to change jobs.
I'm gonna have to change jobs.
You don't pay me enough for me to take care of kids.
What makes you think by then we won't have paid you more because we'll be more successful? You didn't think about that, did you?
Do I hear pay raise?
Followed by paid hockey. She's like, Dad, she's put me back to normal. What's happening?
That's a good question.
So why did Chatfish do this? And they're still doing it. Like, they're not even playing the game anymore. They're just fucking dead in their chairs. They're just
It seems that is a reward for a question line. A very silly question line.
So what is it? It's Hell's Lid? Is that the ones? Kibbs hasn't done Alexander yet? Yeah, we did Alexander.
Yeah, I think we did that. I think I recognized the name of that. What was it about? Remind me. Now!
It's with the goblins. It's the goblins. The
That's
goblins.
Hey, goblins.
And the time traveling.
Time traveling. I hate that too. Oh! Start screaming at chat. Oh, now they're starting to move slightly away.
So, Hell's Lid, is that what you want us to do now, Polly?
Paul is weak and fat. Bully him.
You fine with us doing it? Not minimum eye level.
He better be. What do you think of that? Have you done Gilgamesh? Maybe. I don't remember the names of shit though. You know
yeah,
this.
we did Gilgamesh.
You're Gilga Chatfish. Like, oh, Gigafish, Gilgafish.
Okay, he's waiting for Omega. Alright, let's go do Omega. Where the hell does that start? I think you just go to Girabania.
Do we go or do you go? Because it doesn't look like they're moving. Doesn't look like they're just standing.
It's only you who need to go. Let's see. The hunt for Omega. Yeah, you need to go to Ralger's Reach. Can't teleport from there. You need to use the teleport button.
How do I back up from the map? I forget. Mordona.
You click on the right side of your screen. There's a big blue button. You don't need to use the map. On the right side of your screen. Big blue button around the middle. No. And then you click the purple bird at the top. 5th from the left. And then you click Ralger's Reach.
My god. Chatfish are chubby. Chubby chatfish. Like,
and then we need to speak with Wedge. Yeah, there is.
Gasp. Thank the gods you're here. We need your help. In case you haven't heard, we've set up operations in Ralga Reach while we look for Omega. It's been decidedly slow going, I'm sorry to say, and we still haven't seen the blasted thing since it disappeared during the battle with Shinryu. Which is not to say we haven't made any progress. We know now that Shinryu ended up in the Imperial's hands, and that it was shackled with some very distinctive-looking bindings when they found it. Obviously, only you know what could have done something like that, and the fact that the restraints were still functioning suggests it didn't shut down when the chief instructed it to either. Anyway, we were getting close to identifying Omega's whereabouts when we encountered what you might call a problem. Mayhap it would be best if you come to the workshop and solve it yourself. Whoa. Oh, it's just over here.
Whoa. I'm pretty sure we did all of the trials in Heavensward, so. Yeah.
Surprised, aye, so were we. He's been brought in as a consultant, believe it or not. How many times do I have to tell you? You will play no part in this investigation. Your motives were dubious from the first, and nothing you have done since has served to make them any clearer. Out of necessity, I agreed to take part in Omega's activation, but that will be the extent of our cooperation. Passing judgment without due consideration, openly disparaging colleagues, not very chiefly of you, Chief. I'll have you know I'm a sensitive new recruit who thrives on encouragement. Then I trust you'll thrive somewhere elsewhere, when I encourage you to piss off. I will not have him on our roster, Jesse. Never mind anywhere near our work. His employment is to be terminated effective immediately. The thing is, Chief, we've already paid him in full, and it wasn't exactly a pittance either. 4/5 of what you get was the agreement. Look, whatever disagreements you might have had in the past, the fact is we could do with his expertise now. Let him earn his keep at the very least. I don't believe this. You claim my wholly justified ventures represent an unsustainable risk to the ironworks, and then pay him a sultan's ransom in advance. Him, give me strength. This has been the way of it for a while now, on account of which we've had to put the investigation on hold. Let me know how it goes. I'm leaving. Let's see what happens. Tisk tisk. It is not like you to shirk your duties, hero. Were you not present at Omega's activation? And are you not therefore jointly responsible for the havoc it may wreak, if left to its own devices? I think we both know the answer. From this moment forth, you shall be my chaperone. With the realm's savior watching my every move, I couldn't possibly make any mischief, which should surely serve to allay my employer's concerns. Forgive me, Earth. It was not my intent to embroil you in this mess. I didn't even know you were here. Seeing as you are, though, I cannot deny that I would be glad to have you on board. The fact is, we are no closer to understanding the true extent of Omega's powers, and even if it was damaged during its encounter with Shinryu, it seems highly doubtful that we will be able to disable it unaided. We have got as far as identifying its likely resting place, but I for one would feel a lot more confident about surveying the area with you around to deal with any unexpected surprises. Might I persuade you to lend us a hand once more, old friend? Then it's settled. Chief, we have a problem. The etheric concentration levels at the Yan are soaring. Our readings doubled from one moment to the next, and by the time we went back to check on them, they doubled again. What? But that could only mean... Evacuate the site. I shall handle this matter personally. Biggs, Wedge, Aerith, I need you with me at the Yan, to the south of here. That's where we believe Omega came to rest. Jesse, hold the fort while I'm gone, and if it's possible, continue surveillance from a safe distance. All right, Chief, watch yourself out there. Am I to stay and mind the shop too? Oh no, I'm not letting you out of my sight. But before you fill the room with maniacal laughter, I want you to remember something when you collected your inexplicably lavish fee. The Ironworks Creed became your creed. That's freedom through technology. In case you've forgotten, not supremacy. Through elegant ingenuity. Breach this contract and I will have my pawns of the flesh. Oops.
How could you?
You made me do it. Invite me in, Chubby.
No, I don't want. It's down in the right. There's a blue.
It's right there.
Blue. No, but down in the bottom right, there's a big blue bar there that says "Invite from Robin."
Oh.
Better not run into any enemies. Yep, I don't remember all this grape soda down here.
What in the seven hells is going on here? A veritable sea of condensed ether. Our precious has been busy. What villainy is this? In slumber sweet have I lain since my offspring's war with man did end. Yet I could not choose but stir at this abhorrent stench. Have care, mortal, for within this great hollow lieth Omega. Long have we known one another, our history spanneth eons and stars. Oh God, what's happening? Dude, get out of here. Eh? You're not dead? Apparently not. It passed straight through me, as if it were some sort of illusion. "'Tis one of Omega's creations. Omega's a weapon wrought in a place beyond the reach of thy kind, capable of weaving ether into life. That serpent is yet unfinished, but doubt not that it will become a corporeal threat ere long." Well, whatever it is, it's gone. While this peculiar thing remains. If it looks like a chocobo, and quails like a chocobo, I'm thinking it's probably a chocobo. It looks derpy.
Yeah, it does.
The way it quails isn't unlike a chocobo, but it looks more like a stuffed doll to me. It's definitely a chocobo, trust me on this. The one we Lullafels ride on are all about this size, aren't they? I suppose. Aye, alright, let's go with chocobo for now. The mistress's blessing extended not unto this creature's soul, then? Very well. As this matter concerneth Omega, I shall speak with it in thy stead. Aerith, aren't you going to introduce us to your knowledgeable little dragon friend? What? The Midgard Soma, who fought and fell at the Battle of Silvertear Skies? And here I was, content to be traveling in the company of just one legend without wishing to offend you. Hero, the father of dragons, does have something you do not. That being relevant knowledge. There is much we could learn from him. Little and less is known about Omega's origin. It first appeared in records dating back to the Third Astral Era before the Allegan Empire reached its zenith, and said records had but the one thing to say: Omega's activation successful. In the centuries that followed, the Allegans enjoyed rapid technological development, but there was nary a further mention of Omega until its capture of Bahamut. Its existence is a mystery among mysteries, a tale among tales. 'Twas always assumed that the Allegans built it, and I had no reason to believe otherwise. But now Midgard Summer tells us that it's not even of our world. Just so. It haileth from another star. More than that I will not say. I have spoken with this being. It telleth of a strange plane beyond this hollow, wherein it did reside from the moment of its creation. For reasons unknown, it was ordered to fight, yet being weak, it chose flight instead, and thus crossed over unto this world. Coward. Ordered to fight by Omega? Why in the seven hells would it do that? To put its creation to the proof. If you would know more, go forth and look upon the truth with your own eyes. Wait, you're saying we should jump in? You have naught to fear from the fall. The hollow hath become a portal into Omega's domain. Once there, this being shall guide you. Servant of Hidlin, fate bindeth me to Omega. If it be thine intent to pursue, I shall lend thee my strength. So you really can show us around the inside of the hole, can you? And he makes chocobo noises. My god. Well, I doubt any of us imagine things... What?
I think you have to go in alone for this.
Imagine things would come to this, but the father of the dragons has given his assurance. Let's take the investigation into the yawn. I've already apprised Jessie of our intent and instructed her to have our engineers on standby. Since we have no way of knowing what awaits us in there, I need you to be ready for anything, are you? Let us begin. What is this place? And what's wrong with us? I can't see straight through me. I can see straight through me. Welcome home, Alpha. Welcome, Immortals. Immortals. I'm Omega, and I've waited for your coming. I communicate with you now via one of my monitors. You stand in the rift between dimensions, where a vital experiment is presently in progress. Your participation is appreciated. Please indicate your consent. Experiment, if you want our participation, you'll have to tell us a little more than that. Oh, we're disappearing. Non-participating entities will be summarily erased. Please indicate your consent. It seems we can't even exist without Omega's leave. I think it's fairly clear what we have to do, don't you? Oh, Chocobo, what should we do? Alright, we consent. Thank you for your cooperation. You are provisionally assigned to the Alpha Group. Ether Rift, Interdimensional Rift. Looks like some manner of tower or egg.
One or the other.
Yup. The aim of the experiment is to determine the mightiest being in creation. To that end, 89 candidates have been selected and recreated. They are grouped by dimension, matched by strength, and pitted against one another. That which you identify as a Chocobo is a subject Alpha, and you have been assigned to its group. This assignation is tentative, however, pending an assessment of your fitness to serve as fully fledged test subjects. Your combat capabilities will be evaluated shortly. Combat capabilities? What do you mean? You want us to fight? Affirmative. A course shall be constructed for this purpose, through which you must attempt to fight your way. Your suitability will be confirmed upon reaching the Deltascape test world beyond. Please note, however, that only entities with existential authorization may interact with objects in the rift. Of your number, only Alpha has that at present. Before you may engage in combat, said authorization must be temporarily transferred to you. Ah, an invitation from Omega itself. Not even I could have seen this. We are accepting it, of course. It's preferable to summary erasure, as I'm sure you'll agree. Alpha, was it? My colleagues and I are minded to participate in Omega's experiment. Will you transfer your authorization to us?
Oui.
Existential authorization transferred. Subjects ready to engage. Please begin at your own convenience and proceed as directed.
So, where do we go exactly? What happened if there was a path? I think this floor moves. Let's all gather at the center. Aha! Let's take the lead, Aerith. We'll follow. What's this cube now? I suspect we're about to find out. No good. It's protected by some kind of barrier. Ooh, barriers are my specialty. I'll have this down before you know it. Now this is my kind of battle. Chief, something's happening with the cube. Oh, shit. Cube! Oh, so it changes into a life form and a hostile one at that. We'll see to the creature. Wedge, keep out the barrier. Biggs, watch his back. Another one! It seems they'll continue spawning so long as the monitor is operational. Ha! It's out of commission. The trick is to reverse the barrier's energy curve. Well done, Wedge. That leaves just the enemy. Chief, the second cube's about to turn. Let's finish it quickly and be on our way.
There we go.
Some kind of teleporter? I'll give it a try. Hey, wait! Ha, someone's eager. Come on, let's follow. I wonder what awaits. Right, the same approach as before. Wedge and Biggs, the monitor is yours. The rest of us will tend to the enemy. Whenever you're ready, Aerith. Bald anchors. Bald on. Be careful, the cubes are going to turn. More ball dangers. Damn, they're spawning fast. Hurry, Wedge. The Fugi?
There's little Hugo.
Another monitor down and out. Am I informed today or what? That you are, Wedge. Now give us a moment while we clean things up. Look, another teleporter. This expansion had some of the longest raid unlock quests. Moving along like clockwork. You know, no hesitation. Well, of course, we're mortal. Yeah, they really loved solo duties in this expansion, I think. That structure ahead must be the Deltascape. And there are 2 monitors in the way. Tengil says there's more cubes, too. Stay focused. We're almost there. Biggs, this time you get a monitor as well. Aerith, you know what to do. Huh. I should think I'm no less qualified to tinker with these toys. Yarg! Moment of truth! I love reading grunts.
Dang.
Hair care, I sense a formidable presence. Come on, Biggs, you can do this. A behemoth? We're going to have to roll up our sleeves. Never one for half measures, eh, Omega?
No.
Haha, yes, my monitor's down. Quentin's. Mine too. That should take care of the cubes. Great work, you two. Aerith, Nero, just a little further.
That's our goal, the Deltascape. If I'm not mistaken, what do you think is waiting for us in there? Omega said that it's grouped subjects by dimensions. If the creatures we fought on the way were merely intended to separate the wheat from the chaff, it would seem certain that far greater challenges await inside these egg-like objects, our fellow test subjects most like. But I am not certain what to make of that castle. Could it somehow be connected to the subjects?
Where? Yeah, it's a Final Fantasy reference. Final Fantasy 5, I think. Probably.
Alpha, but hold on a moment. Shouldn't either one or the other of us be translucent? Subject confirmed to have arrived at the Deltascape. Analysis complete. Congratulations, you are approved for participation. Your strength places you in the self-same tier as Alpha, the feeblest and farthest removed from myself. Nonetheless, you are now fully fledged test subjects. Welcome, weakest of challengers. Damn. As corporeal life forms, you need not undergo development within a test world. Instead, you may use this space freely. Not quite what I would have chosen, but one must make do. Speaking of which, what is that we're supposed to do exactly? You are to enter the Deltascape and defeat all the test subjects within. Please note, however, that strength in numbers will not be acknowledged. There is a strict time limit upon how many entities may participate in combat. Only a small party may have existential authorization transferred from Alpha. Good luck. So, the eggs do contain our fellow test subjects. Just as I predicted, eh, Garland? Before we turn our thoughts into the Deltascape, well, I suggest we set up a base of operations here. It's somewhat cobbled together, but this should suffice as a base of operations. Take heart, old friend. Though every step we take seems to raise more questions, we will wade through this mire of mysteries eventually. After that, I have no doubt. Right then, what to do next? We know that Omega is conducting tests to determine the strongest being, but we do not know its ultimate purpose, nor even its exact whereabouts. Plainly, however, it is within Omega's power to curtail our stay here, whensoever it chooses. Accordingly, we have little choice but to proceed as bidden and defeat the test subjects waiting in the Deltascape. Well, Alpha certainly seems keen, though it might be best if you left the fighting to others, little one. That is, of course, assuming others are willing. What say you, old friend? This promises to be a most entertaining foray, and I would not dream of missing any part of it. You may rely on me to provide you with remote support. With commendable foresight, I took the liberty of borrowing the various monitors that were flying around and shall extract all the information I can from them. It is a pity none of us speaks Chocobo. As I recall, though, we are supposed to have Alpha transfer his authorization to us prior to engaging in combat. In which case, Aerith, you'll need him to accompany you into the Deltascape. See to your preparations and proceed when you are ready. Appears ready to proceed. And there we go.
Now we are at the first 8-man raid. There. So you're probably gonna be plastered to the floor, but
God damn.
Basically, the way it works is that the boss is gonna spawn fireballs, and those fireballs are not gonna have like an area effect circle on the ground, but they will explode in an area effect circle. So you need to know where they are and like avoid them. But it's then gonna start like spawning them, and then it's gonna do like wind attacks. It's gonna push you back. It's gonna push the balls back. So you have to position yourself correctly to not get thrown into the balls. And then it's gonna create like ice on the ground, and then you're gonna slide around, and then you have to avoid the balls that way. That's basically it. I'm not sure if you were the one who didn't press the ready check, or if it's someone else actually.
Someone else.
Polly's in the bathroom, thinking a little tinkle. I think Polly had to step away for a second. I think so too.
Yup.
I think so as well. That seems accurate. Now the question is, will you be back?
Hopefully.
Polymathy!
When do I get my pay raise, chat? When?
Never. Polly's back. All right.
Good.
All right. So it's Stealth Escape D1. I'm very used to main tanking. Every raid that I've ever done, I go in as tank and I just rush in and tank the boss without knowing the mechanics. You never have to do the mechanics if you're tanking. Everybody else has to. So it's the easiest way to do it.
God damn.
Robbie, do you hear me? Your opponent is called Alteroid. No idea what the name means, but good luck. It's the Alteroid. Oh, there are fireballs. Breathwing. That's what it does. Bolts do. Oh. Oh. Okay. This is a classic live moment. Classical elements. Everybody's alright.
There we go. He's almost dead.
Sorry. I don't remember Omega being hard till the end. Honestly, these were kind of hard when they came out, because everybody had bad gear and people weren't used to it. People wiped all the time on this boss. At least in Duty Finder.
Good job, Chatfishes. We did it. We beat the baddie.
My inventory is actually even more full than Kim's.
Well done, my friend. We were lucky enough to witness every moment of your struggle via the Deltascape's various surveillance devices. I dare say we had a better view than you did. Gaining control over them was the extent of our accomplishments. For this outing, though I suppose we did also learn your adversary's name. Rest assured, however, that there will be plenty more outings. Preliminary analysis suggests that there are 4 combatants in the Deltascape, all told including your friend, Altaroit, which means you will be required to win 3 further bouts with Delta 2s and Delta 4 in this test world alone. Needless to say, there are plenty more such worlds in the Rift, holding the remaining 85 subjects between them. Plainly, our host has gone to no small amount of trouble. Quite why it's so obsessed with determining the strongest being is another question. Omega seeketh to improve itself, to evolve. This was ever its primary directive. Through contending with mighty foes, it groweth stronger. Having vanquished the vile simulacrum you call Shinyu, a greater adversary was needed. In the absence of such a being, it had been but to create one. So in the name of the self-improvement, it wants to make a new playmate, and it chose to undertake the task here to avoid outside interference, yes? In part, the making of life is not Omega's primary function. It bringeth complex beings into the corporeal realm, only at great cost to itself. As such, it employeth this plane to test unfinished works, that it might determine a single entity worthy of creation. If I understand you correctly, the moment Omega's grand experiment is complete, it will give birth to a creature mightier even than Shinryu, and then proceed to fight it? God help us all if a battle of that skill comes to pass. The powers unleashed would be enough to bring about another calamity. Assuming the dragon has the right of it, all test subjects must needs be works in progress. Save for ourselves, of course. But how do we explain Alpha? As I recall, it manifested corporeally outside the rift. Then again, it is hardly most complex of creatures, mayhap it was finished by accident. Don't you make fun of Alpha. He's a good boy, and if it hadn't been for him, we would have all been erased. He might not be strong, but he's brave, and reliable, and adorable. Big doubt. Changing the subject for a moment to this cringe little guy here. Chief, after you lost track of Omega, you said you re-engaged its stasis system, right? Meaning something somewhere isn't working like it should. I only ask because me and Wedge have done pretty much all we can here, and we're wondering if it might be worth going to Cartanau to look into it. That would be a great help. Nero and I can handle things on this end. We'll be off, then. And don't do anything I wouldn't do, eh? And you be a good boy, Alpha. Do as you're told, and look after Aerith for me. This seems keen to put you against the next foe in the Delta Scape. We must pray that Briggs and Wedge are able to repair the stasis system. If they can't, we will have little choice but to see Omega's experiment all the way to its better conclusion. A tall order, I concede, and one that would require you to prove yourself to the mightiest being of creation. Well, we must hope for the best and plan for the worst, which in this case means pressing on with the tests. Are you ready for the next foray? One moment, Chief. My analysis is yet incomplete, but it would seem that Subject Delta 2 is capable of manipulating gravity. How fortunate, then, that I have been but recently chanced to assemble something which might mitigate its effects. An anti-gravity gimbal. May it serve you well. There we go.
So, honestly, you should have a button. I don't know if you have. Let's see. Is it under hotbar? Duty action. Is that the one? General duty key. Let me Google it.
It's probably after you go into the raids, according to Chatfish. That's what they said anyways.
What did it say?
It's probably only after you go into the raid. One way to find out, Bensky. It's like,
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That's not what I'm thinking. Because it's one of those clickies on the screen. I was just thinking maybe it's a good idea to actually set that as a key binding. But sure, whatever. So this one is weird. You're gonna have to use that device to like switch your gravity from floating to not floating. And I always thought it was really hard to tell which one you should do and when or what. So good luck. I'm not really sure myself. I've done it like 20 times. Wait. Oh yeah. Thought I picked the wrong one.
Ah, there it is. Catastrophe. A fitting name for the havoc it will doubtless wreak. Have fun now.
Click it now? Like, I don't even know. Just look at the others, see if they start floating or not.
One of them did.
Yeah, now. You want to click it. Sets
Oh,
forth
two
its
motorcycles.
tentacles. Oh, shit. Can't see it. Something. Is he supposed to be like in between here? Yeah, I don't know what the strat is for this. Look away from him.
Oh, look away.
Yeah, I have no idea what to do in that one. I genuinely have no clue. What about these? Are you supposed to, like, gravity so you don't get hit by the thing?
Don't know.
Oh. Oh, okay. It's only the ones where there's blue that it doesn't really. Rawr, you not like ground? I make you fly.
He's dead. There we go. A rousing performance made possible by my anti-gravity gimbal. Lest you wonder, you are not supposed to be able to descend of your own volition. The device worked quite as intended. It just wasn't intended for use on living. Well, let's just say it wasn't exactly in its intended use. At any rate, that's another mighty foe laid low. And may I say that I had every faith that you would succeed. I doubt we'll be hearing from Biggs and Wedge for a while, yet shall we push on here in the meantime? Reliable as ever. Without further ado, then let us move things along. According to the analysis, your next opponent, Delta 3, is a being named Halicarnassus. Halicarnassus, you say? The Queen of Dimension Castle. What's this? You know of her? You mean you don't? Well, I suppose a blue-blooded brat such as you would have no interest in humble folktales. It appears a lesson is in order. Halicarnassus is a character from an ancient fable. In the tale, she is one of the chief antagonists, and as such, things are wont to unfold. She meets her end at the hands of the heroes, incurably valiant youths, not unlike our adventurer friend here. Literary historians have speculated that the tale could be loosely based on events which took place in the Fourth Astral Era, but little remains of that age, and there is no way to verify the claim. Indeed, most now assume the story to be a work of pure fiction. You mean to tell me that Omega populating its grand experiment with fictional characters? It would seem your understanding is yet lacking. Scant grasp have I that of which the men you know and not. No, not. Mark me then, Omega hath no soul, no mind's eye, in which to envision a rival. To bring forth a new life, it must needs draw upon that which hath already been, its every creation being another's conception. This limitation is concealed by the breadth of its experiment. It possesseth the means to retain the knowledge of entire eras, and not only of this reflection, yet it perceiveth not this knowledge as we do. Fact fiction, the distinction holdeth no meaning, for Omega all is equal in its eyes. If a thing is logical, it can be created. Aha, that such a wondrous weapon should exist. It surpasses my wildest imaginings, and they were wild indeed. But I gather not everyone shares my excitement. What's the matter, Garland? Lost your nerve? Quiet, Nero. We adults were thinking. But mayhap now is not the time. Aerith, she said she was ready to continue, and so am I. Let's deal with this Halicarnassus.
Where?
There we go.
Alright. So this one does a bunch of stuff, but at some point there's going to be like markers on the floor that align with your role. So there's probably going to be like a red sword, like a red marker with sword or something, and you need to walk into that because you're DPS. And I need to walk through the shield or whatever. And at some point, it's gonna throw us into like a desert area with like flowing sand paths, and we have to take the right path to get back to the boss or something like that. So just follow the herd, I think. Usually that works. So it depends if the chatfish will kill us or not.
Yep.
Everyone was ready, right?
Yep. The fools are these who have entered my domain. No matter, you shall remain here for my pleasure.
I like this boss.
We know. We know that you do that.
Goddamn. Fucking weebio.
I'm suddenly awakened.
I actually got hit. Damn. By both. Ouch. Look upon these symbols. You will find them familiar. Shield to block, sword to strike across to heal. Choose wisely, or pay the price. Oop, I walked out. I walked out for half a second because I thought it was over. I got hit.
Goddamn Bensky.
My dance brings the board to life. Oh shit, we need to stand on blue. Oh shit, I got hit again.
Bensky's cooked. Chatfish is cooked.
Do you still need to stand on blue? Alright, I'll stand on this blue over here. Dragon. My dance brings the board to life.
Trevor calling Robin a noob. As they should.
Oh shit. Now then, let us have a race. Run, run. As fast as you can. My dance brings the ball to life. You're a frog. A change of pace, but just play has escaped me. While you partake of the game, I shall partake of afternoon tea. They may have figured it out. Well, well, well. Returned before I could drain my cup. You deserve a prize. Afternoon tea is over. Let us resume our fun-filled game. Look upon these symbols. Find them familiar. Oh, I got froggy.
He's dead, Chatfish. Damn.
Is that really a win?
I'm glad you're safe, Aerith. For a moment I feared you might croak. Forgive me, you deserve better than that. Thanks to you, we are better but one victory away from clearing the Deltascape. Take as much rest as you need, old friend. You've earned it. The next battle is with Subject Delta 4, this test world's final resident. From what I have been able to gather, your opponent is, and I quote, a great tree born of an agglomeration of evil will, which assumes the form of a dark mage, all of which I suggest you ignore. His name is Death, and he plays the role of chief antagonist in another ancient tale. Though I was unable to glean the specifics of his abilities, he appears to command the power of the void, as indeed the story states. When I first encountered the work, I naturally assumed said power to be a metaphor of sorts, but I am quite sure Omega will have interpreted it as something more tangible. Alas, no amount of analysis can tell us what may happen when X-Death calls upon the power of the void, which is to say, beware. Tell me something, Nero. What happens at the end of this tale? Why, good triumphs over evil, and the heroes defeat X-Death, of course. What did you expect? I expected exactly that, which is precisely what troubled me earlier. If the heroes won, why did Omega not make them its test subject? If it seeks to determine the strongest being, why would it bother with those who were defeated? Because it doesn't know who those are, and that's because it's us! Oh my god! Check it! One moment, Link Pearl. Ah, Briggs, at the control room, are you? What news? I see, very well. I'll tell the others. You two take care over there. Sorry for the interruption. That was Biggs. He reports that the stasis system shows every sign of being engaged, despite the fact it clearly isn't. It can only be a malfunction. While we were unable to turn it off, it would seem the reverse is not possible. The system may have taken damage during the calamity. Does it look like it can be repaired? Hard to say. They tell me it seems complex, even by Allegan standards. While they may be able to fix it, there's no telling how long it might take. Well then, we must keep on fighting the good fight there. Why not? Ba-boo. Ba-boo. Nero has the right of it. At this time, focusing on X-Deaths would seem to be our only recourse. The Chocobo certainly has no objections. Come then, I would see you follow in the footsteps of the heroes of the tale. There we go.
Alright. A little ready check. And I genuinely don't know any of the strats on like any of the bosses.
That's fine.
I've only done this once.
You don't need another strats to win, bitch. You're like, what? Dies. Oh.
Maybe.
Don't be a baby, Binsky.
Oh, you need.
It's basically true until there's a mechanic that's like there's an edge and the boss does like a pushback and pushes you off the edge, and then everybody dies.
Finally, it is in my grasp. The power to control creation. The power of the void.
This is the main villain of Final Fantasy V. You shall all be given to the void. magic is steeped in the greatest of powers, the power of the void. I actually don't know if it does anything more than this.
What do you mean you don't know?
I think this is like his entire moveset. Oh, do you need to walk during freeze? Maybe. Just let this fight. My true strength lies in the void. The void is all laid bare. You will rue provoking me. I shall send you to your doom. Whoa. Whoa.
What is zipping going on?
It's flashy, boy. And you're like, whoa, where am I?
Void to devour you. I didn't get pushed off the ledge. That's all that matters.
He's almost dead. And my old chatfish.
Tentacles. Oh. Fall! Oh, it's gonna push you back.
Yup. We were on the back side of him because we had gotten that stun thingy.
Uh-oh. We did it.
Why, the void was mine to command.
Is arm's length no thing anymore? It is. If you remember that it exists, because you use it like once every 2 expansions.
Sure, thank God the gods you're safe. When the shell around this place began to crack, we feared the worst. Given that all of us are present and corporeal, does this mean this area is no longer the Delta Scape? Delta Scape shutdown complete. Alpha Group is victorious. Congratulations. Your combat record has been archived for future matchmaking. Results from the other test worlds are still pending. In the meantime, please tend to your hurts and await further instructions. And with that, we've taken a significant step towards solving the mystery that is Omega. It hasn't been easy, but all in all, I'd say things were proceeding rather smoothly. We couldn't have done it without you, old friend. Come, let us return to the reality, and enjoy what rest we can. Things are proceeding smoothly indeed. Too smoothly. "'Tis well that thou harbourest doubts, mortal, but they are misplaced. Omega could have conducted its tests in complete secrecy, unbeknown to all. Yet not only did it betray its presence to you, it allowed you to come this far. Alpha, what art thou truly? The instrument of the immortals' triumph, or the bait that lureth them unto the abyss? Thou knowest not thine own purpose? Then we can but watch and wait. Outcome: unexpected projection gave Delta subjects the upper hand. Outcome supports hypothesis. As previously observed, certain beings may unleash hidden potential when subjected to stress. Initiating new test. Subject Alpha Group members to severe stress. Searching database for suitable event. Event found. The death of a comrade. It feels good to be back on solid ground. Thank you again, old friend. You did well too, Alpha. Fearlessly going into battle wherever you were called upon. We're glad to have you with us. Speaking of which, are you comfortable with joining us out here? I'll take that as yes. Well then, at the risk of obeying Omega's orders, I suggest we permit ourselves a moment's respite. But mayhap I should take this opportunity to compile the results of our investigation thus far. No rest for the righteous. Do more?
We can stop here for now if you want.
We should finish this so we can be wrapped up.
Well,
it goes on, doesn't it?
It's 8 more fights.
Okay.
And there's
then
a bunch of story in the middle.
Shall finish here for sure.
Yeah, it's almost an entire stream. Just finishing that.
Alright, chat. Thank you for your generous donations. Good job of raiding, Little Bucket Bros. And we will see you in next week's raid, thingamajigger. For those who don't follow us to the next stream, have a great night. The next stream will be delayed slightly as I need to recuperate. Kib has got the kibby dibbies. Alright, we'll see you later, chat. Take care and have a good night.
Take care.